So, today, let me start with something that would genuinely shock you. In Nigeria, people don't always lose money in property, because the house is too expensive. Most people lose money because they have paid the wrong person. That's the fact. So, if you're planning to buy land, to build that dream home, or you're in the diaspora and you're scrolling through all the property listings people have sent you on WhatsApp thinking, yes, this is the year I buy my retirement home. My people, sisters, brothers, you really need to hear this. Because what I found is that the biggest risk in Nigerian real estate is not the price, it is who you are paying. Welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time watching, most of you might not know me. I am IJ, and on this channel, we talk about diaspora, relocation, property, and retirement planning. And we talk about it the real way, the practical way. Today's video for me is really personal because I have just literally, returned from Abuja. It was lovely and sunny. I enjoyed myself, and I saw some lovely homes. I saw some beautiful new estates. I saw even one luxury estate, it was a terrace with a swimming pool, and pre-finished homes that were all Instagram ready. There were lots of WhatsApp brochures with payment plans that were sent to me. And oh my God, there's lots of smooth talking estate agents talking about, my dear, you need to bring your money, pay your deposit. But what I'll say, my people, is behind all that marketing, there is actually a darker reality. Real estate scams in Nigeria is now one of the fastest ways people lose serious life-changing money. And what hurts the most is that it's not naive people that are losing money. It is professionals like you and me, doctors, nurses, it's retirees who have worked 30 to 40 years. It is diaspora families trying to build something meaningful, back home. So I thought that for this video, I'm going to try and break down how these scams actually happen, the real patterns that people should really watch out for, and the common traps that most diaspora people fall into, and most importantly, how you protect yourself. So stay with me till the end, because this information could genuinely save you like millions of naira and years of stress. And obviously, if you like the content and it protects your money and your peace of mind, do subscribe now, because these are the sort of videos I want to be making, and this is a safe space for diaspora decisions. Okay, so let's start with, why are scams so common? I'm going to be honest. Nigerian's property market has really been booming, and we know why. The first reason is inflation, and the currency pressure means that people are chasing hard assets. Number two, people want land and property as a store of value, and then number three, diaspora buyers like me are thinking, I better buy now before, prices jump up again. But here's the issue, and this is the part that most people don't like to say out loud. The Nigerian property system can be quite fragmented, and enforcement can be inconsistent or not even there. So what does this mean for us in real life? It means that different agents can market the same property. Most deals have weak documentation. Sometimes estates are still selling in the middle of title processing, and some buyers are paying from London, from Houston, from Toronto, without ever, stepping in onto Niger soil. And it's that gap that scammers really thrive in. So please understand, it's not always that people are foolish or they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes the system itself is the trap. So let's talk about the 4 most common scams, that people are falling prey to. Scam number 1 is the multiple sales, aka double allocation. This one to me is especially wicked, because imagine you buy land, you pay, you fence it, you even put a gate. Then one day you come back and someone else is standing there like, Oga, excuse me, this is my land. And before you know it, next thing you're in court and it drags on for years. And the most dangerous, phrase to watch out for is when someone tells you, when you're buying, don't worry, madam or sir, we'll settle it later. My people in Nigeria, when someone says we'll settle it later, what they're really saying to you is you're going to need to bring more money later. Scam number two is, fake developers and fake estates. This one is targeted at people in the diaspora, a lot, because what they'll do is that they will show you drone videos, 3D designs, beautiful gatehouse and security, and photos of other projects. Then the pressure then starts. Only 10 units are remaining, Oga. You better pay now. But when you finally land in Nigeria to see your investment, there is no estate, no foundation, there's even no sand fill. Sometimes it is just bush, and of course the stories start. And the scary part is that fraud cases linked to property happen regularly, and people have lost pensions, savings, school fees, life deposits. So when I say this, I'm not actually being dramatic. You could lose everything you have. The third scam is the Omo Onile scam, which is the community extortion, very popular in the West. Now, even when the land is genuine, people can still appear from nowhere. Then next thing, they start demanding, foundation levy, roofing levy, security levy, community development levy. I've heard about chairman levy, family levy. And then you're standing there and you're thinking, but I already paid for this land. What is this about? This is why due diligence isn't optional. It is survival in Nigeria. Because, some people don't just want to sell you land. They want to keep charging you forever. So, onto the prefinished trap. So, let me bring this back to Abuja, because, this is one that I personally witnessed, and I was really surprised by it. You will see listings like 3-bedroom pre-finished terrace, luxury smart home, small finishing remaining, just POP and tiles, and you can move in. But when you enter the property, you start seeing the reality. There is no proper water system, there's no borehole, wiring hanging out, the doors and frames are not fitted, no kitchen cabinets, poor plastering, you can see cracks, no perimeter fencing, no drainage, a road access that is basically a dirt track. And then after paying, say, 55 million naira, you might still need another 50 million plus to make it properly livable. Please listen carefully. Sometimes the scam isn't even the house. The scam is the hidden cost nobody explains to you upfront until you've paid that first money, and then you're emotionally trapped. Because when you think about it, once you've paid that kind of money, you feel forced to just finish it, even if it destroys your finances. And for me, the real issue with these scams and the part, that really keeps me up at night is that real estate fraud doesn't just affect one buyer. If you think about it, it damages the entire market. Because when scams just become normal, genuine developers, and there are quite a lot, struggle because people stop trusting anyone. Diaspora people lose confidence and do not just invest. Families start fighting, siblings fall out over who introduced the deal, and retirees will lose their safety net, and buyers are trapped in legal battles that can drag on for years. Then it's worse if you're remortgaging your home abroad, or you're borrowing or using savings you can't replace. So a scam is not just a mistake, it can actually become a life-changing financial disaster. So what's the good news? The good news is that more people are speaking up, and in Nigeria especially, there's more attention on fraud generally. But let's be realistic. Government action will not protect your money. You have to protect yourself. So I was thinking, what are my non-negotiables when it comes to property? You can write this down. First tip, get your own independent property lawyer. not the agent's lawyer, not the developer's lawyer, not your cousin's guy. Find your own property lawyer working for you only. Secondly, you have to ask this question: who owns this land today? Not who is selling the land, not who introduced it, not who used to own it, who owns it now. Tip number 3, verify the title properly, which is what your property lawyer should be able to do on your behalf. Confirm the documents that you're giving, like a C of O, or if it's a deed of assignment. Look at the survey plans, any registered document. You need to verify that the paperwork that you've been given actually matches the land that you're trying to purchase. Fourth tip, confirm the plot number and the unit allocation in writing when buying, say, a house on an estate. Because 3-bed terrace can mean 15 different things, I found out. You need to make sure your allocation is specific and it is traceable. Fifth tip, please don't pay full money upfront without any buyer protection. If they are rushing you aggressively, do not buy into that. Pressure is not proof. A rule, and the 6th tip for diasporas: WhatsApp videos are not enough. If you can fly in, please fly in. If you can't fly in, pay for an independent inspection from someone with zero connection to the seller. And then tip 7, you need to separate marketing language from legal reality. Luxury is not a document. Smart home is not title. Prefinished is not a guarantee. Almost sold out is pressure. Doesn't mean anything. Marketing is marketing. Paperwork is protection. So my people, let's just summarize what I have said. Property scams in Nigeria are real and they are common. Good people lose savings and peace of mind every day due to this. The biggest danger is paying without any verification. The safest buyers are those that are informed, are cautious, and are legally protected. And honestly, after visiting Abuja, Nigeria has so many beautiful homes. There are amazing estates. There are real opportunities to invest. But that buying process, you need to be careful because that's where people get destroyed. So please don't let that dream home become a life regret because you didn't do your checks. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a scam or maybe nearly entered what we call one chance? Drop it in the comments, as your story could save somebody else from making that same mistake. And if you want that full checklist, for buying safely, my next video, about the 10 documents you must see before, paying any money, is a video to watch. So just make sure that you like and you subscribe and you share this with, any diaspora friend who is currently saying to you, oh, I'm buying land or I'm buying house next month in Nigeria or in Abuja. People need to understand and to grow and to, learn. So thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, and see you in the next video.